What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor and Lorraine. Welcome back to a week of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the week's movie news, entertainment news, and just generally having a bit of a chit-chat about everything to do with film. I am joined as always by my best man, Mr. Shaun Mead. Shaun, how's it going?
Good, Conor. I'm worried I'm bringing a weird energy this week, I'll be honest.
Shaun just finished work, so he's come straight into this, didn't even decompress. It's risky business, but we'll see how it plays out.
It's either going to be great or terrible.
I assume terrible.
Oh.
So, look, as I said, this is the Heroes for Hire show. So, for the first half of this episode, we're going to be talking all the week's movie news. So, if you're here for movie news, great stuff. Halfway through, though, about 45 minutes in, there's a timestamp down below, is that we will be putting in weird news. So, what that is, all the weirdest news stories from around the world. It's the real news. No, it's the news that the real news is too afraid to talk about. That phrase is getting harder to say.
It's been like 800 episodes.
I just finished work too, leave me alone. So that is there. It's a bit more of a, it's just, if you're into weird news, you can go straight there, but we'd like if you stuck around because we have some movie news to talk through. If it's your first episode, you don't have to do anything, just chill out. But if it's your second or above, we'd really appreciate 5 stars, a like, a follow, a share, whatever way you could support the show. We're going for 150 5-star reviews on Spotify by the summer solstice.
The summer solstice, boys. We all know it, we all love it. It's the time we plan most of our year around the summer solstice, I would say. So why not base 150 5-star reviews around it as well?
How I work it out is, someone said the summer solstice to me and I said, how many days... No, someone said Christmas to me. I said, how many days after the summer solstice is that? That's how I plan my year. So I'm not quite sure.
That's I have a deadline in work. I say, how long till the summer solstice in relation to that, you know?
October. We said October, Shaun.
Oh, grand. That's a mere 4 months after the summer solstice.
So if you could head on over to Spotify, give us a review there, that would be absolutely amazing. We have a Patreon as well, if we had extra movie reviews and extra bonus episodes if you want to get access to that. That's pretty cool.
We're going for 500 patrons by the winter solstice.
2029. So look, all that stuff is out of the way, so that means now we gotta get into some of our movie news for the week, Shaun. And to be honest with you, you're not going to like where we're starting, but it was the biggest news of last week. And to me, maybe James Bond.
So
the news dropped, I think it was Thursday or Friday last week.
You're hitting me with this when I've just finished work. You're giving me
this. It was risky.
News.
I'll admit it was risky business because Shaun does not like James Bond. I don't know if you don't like it.
I don't care about it, I would say.
That's different. I think you have to care to have a level of hate, but you're just like, it's fine.
Yeah.
So James Bond, if anyone doesn't know, was owned by the Broccoli family. Nobody laugh. Fuck's ridiculous.
Every time it's funny to me. Every time.
It's just one of those names.
Some people love him. Some people, can't.
They're good for you, though. Fair play to them.
Good, green fibre.
So, Barbara Broccoli was basically the head producer. It's been in the Broccoli family for years and years, and they've produced Shaun is still giggling at the Broccoli thing.
No, because I imagine their competitor was Charlie Cauliflower.
Fucking hell. And that has like a bit of a he's a bit white. There's a bit of a racial tone.
Oh yeah, no, we don't like Charlie.
Charlie's not good. So Barbara Broccoli was head of just kind of producing all of the James Bonds, getting everybody in, and a few years ago the Broccoli family kind of didn't take a full step back, but they sold a lot of the rights to Amazon. So Amazon bought out the MGM studios, which owned James Bond, and then they were working with the Broccoli family to cast a new James Bond, because if you haven't noticed, there's no James Bond currently.
Yeah, because the Broccoli family for years had final say, really, about anything to do with James Bond. And that's why, as a series, look, some of them are hit and miss, but by and large, there's some level of restraint shown in how James Bond is portrayed.
And the Broccoli family are probably richer than God, so simultaneously they don't need to make the movies. So if it doesn't work fully, they're not going to launch a movie that they're not happy with. Even if we don't like it, but they'll take an extra 3 or 4 years, for example, to find a James Bond, when it would be very easy and very, like, probably PR friendly to be like, Daniel Craig has stepped down, here's the new shiny James Bond.
It's Robert Downey Jr.
He's back again. He's walking from the Doom set straight into the James Bond.
He wants to build a house out of gold bars, so now he's Bond as well.
He wants to live in the Homer Simpson gold house. So the Broccoli family, however, last week sold the rights fully to Amazon. So they have stepped away for, I would say, the first time in about 60 years. And they are now no longer going to be involved, which means Amazon have full rights to the James Bond brand and James Bond name and all that stuff, which means I would say maybe tomorrow we're probably going to have James Bond locked in.
I would say so. I think it's going to be fast tracked. I think we're getting a Bond before they have a script.
They're 100% going to have Cavill on the phone right now.
Yeah, he's so tied into Warhammer though.
See, the thing is, right, that like all the people that were kind of being thrown around, like Henry Cavill, a very good actor, Idris Elba all those years ago, like he should have been locked in. There was lots of really great choices, and I think the Broccoli family wanted to have the next pick be kind of maybe out of the box a little bit, or pick an up and comer. Whereas I think a lot of the talk coming from this is Amazon will just pick the name that they know will sell.
Well, an algorithm will pick the best, the one that will appeal to the broadest fan base, basically.
Because Amazon, I don't know if you know this, Shaun, they have a streaming service, which I'm going to come out, this is my old man complaint. Yeah. I don't like it, Shaun.
I don't like what they're doing with it. I don't like how it makes me feel when I'm scrolling through it.
No, I hate if I search a movie and then I'm like, oh, it's there, and then it's, oh wait, it's $5.99 to fucking rent it. Fuck you.
How dare you fucking make me rent a digital file, first of all. And
there's not. Just tell me it's not there.
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I search things on Netflix all the time. They don't come up. I go. Although Netflix does the thing. Do you ever get it where like it autofills the movie?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, they must have
class,
it. And then it's like, we don't have that.
No, we might have had it in the past. Like, but here's some movies kind of like it, I guess.
You're like Pirates of the, and they're like Caribbean. I'm like, yeah. No, we don't have that.
Pirates of Penzance again.
No, but Amazon are doing that shitty little thing where they're bringing the movie up and then they're making me rent it, and I'm not happy with it.
No, yeah. Apple TV as well. You're showing me ads for other Apple TV shit before I start to watch the show I actually pay for. What? Get over yourself, okay?
Have we fully become old men? We're just complaining about
I'm sick of not owning anything, Connor. I'm sick of being marketed to at every opportunity. There's a fucking billboard, there's a 55-inch billboard with backlights in my fucking living room right now, and I'm not thrilled about it. I'll tell you that much.
He's finished work. He's on edge.
Oh, Barbara Broccoli.
Yeah, you're going. Fuck you, Broccoli family. I know you're doing alright. So like obviously Daniel Craig stepped away. Shaun, my prediction to you, this is my question, right? Because you don't care about James Bond, you can be unbiased here, and you're going to tell me two things. One, who is going to be the next James Bond? And two, how soon after Amazon have bought James Bond will we then get the announcement? I'm thinking Wednesday.
No, what's coming up? Do you know what they could do, right? What if we do? You know what's coming up? March 8th, Connor. Biggest day in my calendar. You know what it is.
I thought the summer solstice was the biggest day.
No, I planned summer solstice around this. March 8th, International Women's Day. Okay? You know what you have to... If you're Amazon and you're waiting to do a Bond announcement...
Yeah. No, hang on. Are you casting it because he's such a ladies' man, or because you're going to cast a woman as James Bond?
Cast a woman as James Bond is what I'm saying.
Oh, well, that would make them... Yeah, I mean, who cares?
And announce on international. So I think we have until March until they announce this.
Simultaneously, they're not going to do that because it's Amazon.
Interesting.
Like, I think upon Amazon buying it, they're going to do the safest option of all time.
Who's the safest James Bond right now?
Henry Cavill.
Do you think it's him, really? Is he not?
I think Cavill is the most safest. If he gets cast, you go, yeah, that makes sense.
He did audition before, for sure.
Yeah.
Taron Egerton I could see as well.
I can see Taron. What's the guy's name? Oh no,
Alan Richardson.
No, Alan Richardson would be so funny.
Giant Bond.
like he does Reacher. If I want a 6'5" James Bond trying to be undercover.
Yeah. Aaron Taylor-Johnson wouldn't be a bad pick.
Aaron Taylor-Johnson would be, I think, the best safe pick, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It like, or just go weird. Like, it's Daniel Radcliffe now. Harry Potter is James Bond.
I think now that the Broccoli family have left, we're not going to probably get out of that. I would say Aaron Taylor-Johnson would be my pick if you're going to pick them right now. Alternatively, who cares? Just pick anybody.
Yeah,
but they're probably going to look for a white guy who's 35. If we're honest with ourselves.
Do you think like they have more money than God? You know, so like, they're not going to lose out. If like Amazon's not going to go under if people don't watch a black Bond or a female Bond, you know? Yeah,
but they're going to, Shaun, you've already mentioned, they're going to do a survey, and people are going to say just the same thing, that people like the same thing, so it'll just happen again, and they'll just do that.
But Bond is boring already, right?
It's true. You need a charisma for Bond that they like. Daniel Craig is a dangerous man. Like in Casino Royale, that's a banger of a film. To be fair to him, like he's punching people through sinks. It's all good stuff.
Oh, I like what's that one? What's the one where he goes to the house in the country at the end?
Oh, is that Spectre? That's not Spectre.
That's not Spectre, is Skyfall. I like Skyfall.
Yeah, Skyfall. Yeah.
Skyfall is neat, I think.
Yeah, the Skyfall is not bad, but like I think you just go full on charisma, right? That's just who's the most charismatic person in Hollywood that we can put in as Bond.
Do they have to be British?
No. Well, I mean, one of ours, Shaun.
Yeah.
No, Shaun, I'm going to stop you there.
I don't count Pierce as a Bond. I count him as one of the lads.
He's one of the crew. He's one of us.
My biggest memory from GoldenEye is Sean Bean. I will be honest.
The minute Sean Bean shows up, I'm like, oh, you're dead, lad. You are.
Yeah, there's no hope for you.
So look, we will try and keep everyone updated on what's going on with James Bond.
Will Poulter would be madness, but he's now jacked to the gills as well, so yeah. I'd watch it. He's suave and cool now, and he's never coming back as Adam Warlock.
It's very unlike him. But yeah, actually, I'm going to go all in on Poulter. Or Michael B. Jordan as James
Of course.
Bond.
Have to cast Michael B.
Michael B, as natural that we always pick Michael B. You got to go with him. So, Shaun, I threw that in first, right? But then I said what I'd do is, because I had to start with James Bond, that was a big piece of news. Then I would give you a rumour that I don't know if you'll like, but you love Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh. And that is the rumour that Pirates of the Caribbean 6 may be moving ahead with Johnny Depp after all.
Nah, don't do this. Okay, I'm all for another Pirates movie. Don't get me wrong. And I will defend a Pirates movie until the end of the earth.
For any newer listeners, Shaun's life kind of revolves around the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
That and the Solstice and International Women's Day, yeah.
It's 3 big events.
But I think Jack Sparrow has run his course. Just make a fucking pirate movie.
Yeah. And that's nothing to say about Johnny Depp or anything like that, but Pirates of the Caribbean 6 seems like a backward step, because like, when was the last one? That must have been 2017? 2018?
So, yeah, Salazar's Revenge or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was fucking years ago. Like, I think it's a long enough time now that you could just start again, that you just go all in. And there was like the Margot Robbie one, I think,
Yeah, I think there was a rumour that Io Edebiri was going to be in it as well.
Yeah, so they're going to set up their own brand new one. You go all in on that. There's no need to do a number 6.
No, it's easier, Jack, because the 6, all it would be is they're going to kill Jack Sparrow at the end.
Yeah.
It's way more interesting if he just goes off into the sunset and and he's just this legendary pirate kind of a thing. Do a story about the final days of piracy, why don't you? And there's one ragtag crew
You wouldn't
left.
steal a car.
It's all internet piracy now.
It's one guy stealing the car. It's piracy, oh no.
There's so much. There's so many pirate stories to tell.
Yeah,
even if you,
they've kind of put themselves in this hole that they have to use Captain Jack Sparrow.
But what I get, he's a marketable character, right? But the last 2 movies that have been Jack Sparrow heavy have not been good.
No, they didn't. And I can't remember. I don't think they made a lot. Not they didn't make the kind of money that I assumed they were planning. That if we put Johnny Depp and Jack Sparrow in this, it's going to it's going to be gangbusters.
I think At World's End made $1 billion. It's a supremely profitable movie, but I don't think 4 and 5 did as well.
Yeah, I just genuinely was reading this and I was like, why take the one step backwards? It's absolutely fine to just go a different way. Don't do a 6 because you've already kind of done all of those versions. I get a real strong whiff of Star Wars from this. In that I'm look, you can do a 6, 7, 8, just keep doing the same characters. This is a really cool world, and we could just take that and then just put a whole brand new bunch of people in there.
Yeah, and there's that world is so big as well and so full that you can just tell a story in Singapore, tell a story fucking anywhere in there. Yeah. Falling back on Captain Jack Sparrow, for want of a better word, feels cowardly. Does that make sense?
Captain Jack Sparrow, I can't explain it other than to say Captain Jack Sparrow and Luke Skywalker are the same character at this point, in that it's just leave them alone. We've had those movies. It's fine. We can just do a different movie with other people.
Because, and if you leave it at the third one, where Jack is just still going out and searching for the Fountain of Youth or Eternal Life or whatever, he's afraid of dying, just leave him there. Because he's had his arc and he's redeemed himself and he's a good dude and whatever. And then you have Brendan Thwaites. He's Will Turner's son. Oh, and maybe Davy Jones is back.
I forgot Thwaites was locked in.
Yeah,
they got Thwaites.
It was an early Thwaites role.
Yeah, but I don't think Thwaites has the name value to carry it. I mean, they got Margot Robbie. I mean, that's who you fucking put front and centre.
Yeah. And she brings Brendan Thwaites in, you know?
She brings Brendan and get Ryan Gosling. The whole cast of Barbie.
Have you seen The Fall Guy? Dude, that was with pirates.
If anyone listening to this has not watched 2024's The Fall Guy, I cannot heavily stress enough, Shaun, that they should watch The Fall Guy.
I mean, or don't, you know?
No,
watch Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End instead. How about
Fall
that?
Guy is better than Pirates of the Caribbean 3.
Shut your damn mouth. That movie is perfect.
It's not better than 1. I'll give you that. 2, big wheel. I'm not sure on it. Fall Guy's definitely better than 3.
I think 2 might be the best one. That's what I'm saying.
It's such a wrong idea.
And I think you're a coward and you just want to hate things. I think 2 is the best and 1 or 3 are equally as good.
What is wrong with you? That's a mad statement.
I think it's a pyramid of a trilogy and 2 is on top.
There's no way you can tell me that 1 is not the best one of those movies.
1 is fantastic.
Yeah.
As is 3. And even more fantastic is 2.
It's okay to be wrong. That's fine, I suppose. But
but I'm not wrong.
There's no way
Connor.
You're telling me you can't possibly sit there and say 2 is the best of them.
2 is fantastic.
2 has 25 minutes of them on a big wheel going, oh.
You get hooked on this big wheel, right? And it's like this thing that you decided you hate the movie because of the big wheel.
We reviewed it on the Patreon, Shaun, and I gave it some props. okay? But I also said there's many flaws in that movie.
There's nothing that's as silly in 2 that isn't in any of the other movies.
One is such a... I class 1 in the same category as Ocean's 11, and that's the highest praise I can give a movie, Shaun.
Thank you. Okay, I like that. I like
count
the things
2
you're saying.
in the same category as Ocean's 12.
I like Ocean's 12, first of all.
But you know it's a bad movie. You know it's not as good as 11.
2 is at least Ocean's 13.
No.
You're insane.
I'd watch them all. I love us arguing about movies we definitely would all just watch anyway.
Oh yeah. Arguing about just generally good movies.
No, this is a 9.3, not a 9.1, you bastard.
I've gone on record about my rating system, haven't I?
We used to have a Weetabix rating system, but go for what other rating system do you have?
I don't think if you're rating something out of 10, the only decimal point you're allowed to give is 5.
Yeah, I agree. I would agree with that, because otherwise it's cowardly.
Otherwise, if it's not good enough to be 9.5, it's a 9. Do you know? And also people who do like 9.732, it's not funny. No, that's not a fun joke.
After work, Shaun has many opinions.
If I could legally talk about the things I had to deal with today, I'm so tired.
I'm just going to start peppering you with questions. What? Now I'm trying to think of subjects I can bring up just to annoy you.
No, we have a set series of news.
Sorry. I actually did work. I put together some news. Shaun, I know a movie that'll excite you. Will Smith's long-delayed movie sequel for Hancock.
Okay. I mean, look, Hancock was fine.
Now, Hancock, if anyone doesn't remember, was a pretty big movie in the mid-noughties.
It got a load of marketing here through DVD rental shops.
It made $650 million worldwide.
Yeah, it was massive for no reason.
In like 2004 money or whatever year that came out. That's a good return. But
it's basically $1 trillion.
I can't even put it into words. But Will Smith was massive, obviously at the time. He still is, but he was like Will Smith. He was like prime Will Smith at that stage.
Yeah.
Hancock, by the way, as an idea, I think really great concept until about 2/3 of the way through the movie, and then it completely falls apart.
All I remember of Hancock is Act 1 and 2.
Because it's really good to see it like a guy who's a superhero who doesn't want to be a superhero.
Yeah, and then he's in love with Jason Bateman's wife, who's also has superpowers or something.
And then they become like soulmates, and then when they're together, they lose their powers, and it very much falls off a cliff once it goes that direction.
And he just has to move at the end.
But the thing is, right, Hancock 2 is very heavily being pushed by the studios now at the minute. They're trying to get it off the ground, which is strange because, like, me and you, and I think probably people listening to this, like, we're massive dorks, so we know and remember Hancock. But, like, if I talk to anyone under the age of 20, I said, do you remember Hancock from 2007? They'd be like, no, what the fuck?
This is the thing, and it's like, how much... This is just an easy way for a studio to lose money, surely.
Well, you say that, Shaun, but the news that I have is not only that Hancock 2 is in development, but that Zendaya has been approached to be in the movie.
Okay, but like... You could say anyone's been approached.
I suppose Zendaya has been approached to be in every movie.
If you're a casting director in Hollywood right now and you're not considering Zendaya for most roles, you're insane.
Every casting director's like, well, we just cast Zendaya or Florence Pugh. Okay, then we'll work down the list. When they said no, we'll just start doing castings.
Like, it's... you can just... I don't think that's a credible... I don't think that makes the news any better to say that, though, they've asked very good actors to be in this.
Yeah.
If Zendaya's confirmed, by all means.
I don't know if she will be, though. I don't know if she'll do Hancock 2. I don't know what the audience is for this. I think it's a much different environment than when Hancock 1 came out, because Hancock 1 came out before the MCU.
That's wild, yeah. It's a pre-Iron Man, pre-MCU superhero film. Which also, I wouldn't be surprised if Zendaya had some kind of superhero non-compete clause in her Marvel contract.
Oh, you think? Like, as in, like, you just can't appear in any superhero projects?
Maybe, because, like, they're and this is me, 5D chessing what they're thinking, is that Mary Jane in the comics has powers now, and I think they're probably desperate. I think Secret Wars, Zendaya's probably going to have some weird superpowers, and I don't think they want cross-referencing between all of that.
That doesn't sound good, though.
Yeah, but they give Pepper Potts the rescue armor for no good reason in Endgame.
I like the whole, I suppose, they just want all characters in Spider-Man's story to just have superpowers at some point, like our Spider-Man stories. Like Aunt May normally ends up with something as well. Like, it's Aunt
May is usually a spy. Like,
they have this weird thing where, like, Spider-Man can't just be the only person with powers. Like, it has to be all friends and all acquaintances that are in his orbit.
Has to also become superpowered. Oh, you know Paul?
Yeah, I remember Paul, yes.
Yeah, Paul's Venom now.
Of course he is.
Venom.
Of course he is. If you see any human character in any Spider-Man, they're like, yeah, but they're probably going to end up with powers. And it's just the way it is.
And they're going to die and come back, and it doesn't. They're bringing Gwen Stacy back as well.
Well, she comes back every few years. I mean, she has a little rest and then she comes back.
It's true. Yeah. But I think, I hate it all. Spider-Man comics are bad.
Love Spider-Man, though. Good stuff.
I love Spider-Man. Ultimate Spider-Man. Fantastic still.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So you're not excited for Hancock 2 then?
I wasn't excited for Hancock 1, I'll be honest. I thought it was fine.
He sticks that guy's head up the other guy's ass, though. That's pretty good.
It's a good bit,
That's a good
joke.
Bit. When he's too drunk to, like, save all those people, all good bits from the first 2/3 of the movie.
When he's having sex with that woman and he blows the roof off the house.
2008, yes. What
that
a time.
Killed in the theatre in 2008.
You couldn't make jokes like that nowadays. The walker at it. He gets you. So, Shaun, we're moving on to our next piece of news, and it's about Dune 4. So the first piece of news
what's it doing for me?
Well, what's it doing for you is that it's probably going to be coming out. So Dune 1 and 2 are, I would say, middling to decent movies. Shaun, would you say?
Connor, I'm under a lot of stress right now, and I could do with a friend. Okay?
I would rank them 9.735 out of 10.
Oh, God. You know what, Connor?
Yeah.
That's a very funny joke.
Thank you very much.
You're a funny guy as well.
You're like gripping the desk. like you just pull a chunk out of your own desk. So Dune 4, Shaun, is reportedly eyeing one of the best Star Wars movie directors to helm the sci-fi sequel. So if people
Rian Johnson.
Imagine. But so if you don't know, Dune 1, 2 and 3. So 3 is going to be coming out. It's meant to be filming next year. So the filming schedule has been moved up a year.
Sick.
So it's going to be, I assume, maybe coming out slightly earlier. So that is Dune Messiah. Don't look too much into that because it's mental and it might be better to just watch it on the screen.
Basically, everyone misunderstood Dune. And so Frank Herbert was like, I'm going to really spell out exactly what I meant. And the book is off the walls crazy.
Yeah,
and it only gets weirder.
Denis Villeneuve obviously has done the first two and he's going to be doing the third. But what we talked about previously, I don't know, maybe like before Christmas, was the fact that the studio realises that people like Dune, the studio being Warner Brothers, and they're like,
desperate. What
way could we make more money once Denis stops? Because he will stop when he wants to, because he has like levels and like, I want them to be good, whereas Warner Brothers don't really want them to be good. They're just going to keep going.
They want them to exist, is what they want.
They want the Pirates of the Caribbean 6 Dune, basically. And so what's interesting is Denny has said he's going to step away. So they're now on the search already, before number 3 has come out, for a director for 4, so that they can just hit the ground running almost immediately.
And just roll over into production. Because the thing with Dune... so Children of Dune would be the next...
How many
Dune
is there?
book.
There's 6? 7?
There's 7 or 8, depending on who... There's actually probably like 14, depending on who you ask. He died and then his son took over, but his son's ones aren't very good. But there's 6 that Frank Herbert wrote, but he never finished them. So the 3rd book is called Children of Dune, and spoilers, no spoilers, I guess. There's a bunch of new characters and opportunity to switch characters out in it.
Right.
So they could do a clean sweep and just be like, very little of Denny's stuff remains, and now it's just, here's the Gareth Edwards Dune. And
it will make more money than it costs to make. Yeah. So it would make like half the money than the other ones, but they'll make it for like $150 and they'll make $500,000 or $500 million. They'll be like, oh, we're laughing.
Yeah. And then once we get to Dune 4, we're fucked. I'm going to be honest with you. There's no possible way they can do that.
You mean Dune 5?
Dune 5. Oh yeah, the 4th book, but then the 5th. Yeah. No, we've got confused. So
they're looking at Godzilla director Gareth Edwards, who is now the top choice for Dune 4. So Gareth, if you don't know, also did Star Wars Rogue One previously as well, which I would say is quite a good movie.
Yes.
He's also working on the Jurassic World Rebirth movie that is coming out this year with Scarlett Johansson. So they're very much heavily getting Gareth in. He's going to do 4. My question to you is, can this possibly be good, number 1? And 2, if you were anybody, maybe Gareth has a lot of like name value in like, obviously he doesn't have Denny name value, but he's done some really good movies. Why would you take on this Poison Chalice? Would you leave Warner Brothers unless they give you $1 billion?
This is the thing, is because he's taken on... He'd be joining at the time that Dune starts to really get insane.
Yeah.
And hard to adapt. And the point as well where... if you go too weird, general audiences probably won't like it, and if you don't go weird enough, Dune fans, Shaun, won't like it.
I'd probably more likely piss off the Shaun people than the normal people.
But also, Dune fans are not as rabid as Star Wars fans, I would say. Like, you can make adjustments to the lore, and people aren't going to go insane. You know. You can cast a woman in something and people aren't going to go insane.
I disagree.
as the biggest Dune fan on the pod, of course.
Well, I mean, nobody got nominated for any of the Dune movies, so they must not be that good, Shaun. In the Oscars.
You've made me angry again, Connor. And the Academy are dicks, and they don't understand anything. I
base my whole opinion on movies based off the Oscars, and Dune got like a few measly nominations, but I assume it's not that good.
It's no Emilia Perez, let me tell you.
Emilia's way better.
Fucking dumbass film. Oh, it's awful. Just on a technical level, it's a really bad movie. Bad songs.
Well, Bohemian Rhapsody technically is a better movie than Dune.
It's the best edited movie of that year, let me tell you.
Definitely. So, Shaun, Dune 3 is something we're very excited for. Messiah. Dune 4 with Gareth Edwards, it's one of those situations where I'm like, Gareth, this is bad news, surely. Like, I mean, it's a big opportunity, but this is dangerous road to be going down.
It is, but it is like, you'd say, look, do your best. You know, there's no like.
We're not expecting much, I suppose.
Yeah, because here's like Dune Messiah. That's my favourite book. Like, of all books that I've read, that's my favourite book. Children of Dune. It's grand. You know,
it's too mental.
It's really cool, but it's at that point where it starts becoming more of a introspective look on what it means to be human, and it's a lot of people talking in a room, you know.
Yeah, And I think it's really funny because, like, those movies, Denny did something amazing that he made them, like, approachable to somebody who hasn't read the books. And the longer it goes, the harder that becomes. And, like, what if he gets Messiah? To be honest with you, if he pulls off fucking Messiah, he's a Messiah of some sort. He's a genius. Like, how is he doing that?
If he makes Messiah work, we'll be absolutely grand.
So we're already at that point by the third one. So we're like, Garrett, oh no.
Look, Garrett, make something, Give your best.
They're going to give you money to do it. I fucked up.
Here's the thing, though. You have to cast 2 10-year-olds who can act. That's your only issue.
Whoever is going to be in that movie isn't born yet, so he has to wait.
Wild. Yeah. He has to cultivate, in some kind of, like, boyhood style process, needs to cultivate the perfect child actors. I think he can do it.
I think he can too. So I mean, that's some pretty big news in terms of dude. Like, I don't know, just in general, if people are ready for that movie, or if people will go see it, and then it'll be the type of movie that people will go see and go, I didn't have the same vibe as the previous ones. That's going to be quite funny to watch, I suppose.
I'm fascinated by how they're going to market it, how people are going to receive it, and the fact that they're even thinking about doing more of them is insane.
And I wanted to finish off movie news this week, Shaun, with Martin Scorsese has been doing some casting for his upcoming movie, Shaun.
Zendaya has been approached.
Florence Pugh, Zendaya, Ryan Gosling. He's running through the gambit. Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio, who normally accompanies Martin everywhere, they have been attached to a Hawaii set crime film. But not only that, Shaun, we've cast Emily Blunt in this movie, and as of this week, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been cast in a Martin Scorsese movie.
Dwayne's agent must have pulled out every favour in the fucking world to go from, like, Black Adam, live action Moana, Martin Scorsese.
No, he did Red Notice in between.
Of course, Red Notice turned it around for Dwayne, actually. Yeah.
Do you think Scorsese was at home at Christmas and he was watching Red Notice and he was like, fucking hell, this is a performance. Jesus, he's killing it.
Do you think that Dwayne Johnson left Batista a load of voice messages being like, hey, fucking I can act, look what I'm doing?
Housery. Dave Batista would kill someone to be in this movie, and The Rock got cast.
The Rock just swoops in.
I have a theory though, and that is that it's a Hawaii set crime film, and The Rock just kind of lives on Hawaii, so he wouldn't really maybe it was a situation where they went to do pre-production there, and The Rock kind of just walked out of his house. I was like, oh, Martin, I literally just live there. Like, I could just be in the movie. It's fine.
I could pop in, I
just pop in. Like, I'm around the place if you need me. I recently did Jungle Cruise here, so like, I'm set.
What's the khaki shirt situation, Martin?
How's it? No, I think if he's going to be in this crime drama, it's a Hawaii shirt all day.
Oh, gotta be.
It's got to be bright colours. I'm thinking maybe a yellow and orange. It's going to be so eye-popping.
I'm fascinated to see because if anyone can pull a performance out of The Rock, it's because he has to, like, it's Martin. You can't pull rank on Martin. You can't change the balance of power on a Martin Scorsese.
Had he turned up 7 hours late to a Martin Scorsese film?
I think genuinely that happens. Batista's coming in immediately.
Batista has to be on speed dial. He's like, I genuinely can act. Get me
even funnier, get Roman Reigns in, and he gets to do it.
Roman would kill it.
Roman would do so well. He learned how to act recently.
If anyone doesn't know who Roman Reigns is, just imagine Jason Momoa, but like bigger somehow.
Bigger and scarier.
Yeah. Like so the last few movies, Leonardo DiCaprio and Scorsese, the last few movies, just to name them that they worked on, or some of them were like The Departed, The Aviator, Gangs of New York, Shutter Island, The Wolf of Wall Street, and they worked on Killers of the Flower Moon from last year, that was not Oscar nominated, and all that jazz. So it's probably not going to be a bad movie. It's just the news of The Rock on cast, and people are probably going to say, Sean, why are we shitting on The Rock? But I would say that I just would say there's been just some news stories that have come out that no, my favourite thing about The Rock though, and look, maybe he's a nice man, I think he's just kind of been eaten up by the teams and the life that he has chosen to do.
He made being The Rock a brand, and now he doesn't know how to do anything else.
I don't think he remembers who a human is. I think he stopped a few years ago.
I think it's like Batman. Like, he doesn't call himself Dwayne in his head.
I think he hit it off with Kevin Hart doing all those Lad Bible things, and then I think that was the start of the full on like fall off, because he was pretty bulletproof before then. But the best one ever, I think, with The Rock was the time that Black Adam absolutely died, and then he did that post. Do you remember that video where he was like, "We're number one in Lithuania, and we're actually up 47% in the people who are 63 but also only watch a movie for 25 minutes percentage." So that's really good stuff.
And he was like, "No, Black Adam will never fight Shazam. I'll only fight Superman," and brought Henry Cavill back as Superman for 30 seconds. And then fucking killed the entire cinematic universe, basically.
Look, I think The Rock is in an interesting position where I think a lot of it, he's not carrying the same kind of sway as he did before. So this casting is really just... I mean... Is this a sign that he might be trying to do the Batista? Is he going back?
Maybe, but like, it can't. Like, what do you do? How do you? I'm so baffled by this move on all fronts.
How does he become a human again? Is my question.
Like, what if he? The real thing would be, like, again. It's terrible to compare him to Batista, but Batista's the gold example of a wrestler turned actor. Imagine The Rock slimmed down. Like
pre-steroids Rock.
Yes.
Okay.
And he looked like a regular pushing 60-year-old man.
The Tooth Fairy Rock.
Yeah, give me a what's that one where it's the princess, the girl from Corey in the House was in it. I think it's the president's daughter.
Witch Mountain or something, was it?
Not Race to Witch Mountain. It's The Game Plan is what I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah. Oh, so I mean, like that was peak Rock of just like he was actually trying to be the actor. That was like Rock trying to be a human.
That was, he got regular roles and he looked like a believable regular man in those roles.
I'm just interested to see how it goes, because like Rock and the Scorsese movie is going to be mad. How's he going to get to a jungle? I don't think there's going to be a jungle in this movie.
Well, it's Hawaii. I'm sure there's forests and
to be fair,
like
that's the reason why he's here. It's going to be great.
He's in his element, man.
Leonardo DiCaprio trying to look at The Rock is going to be fascinating. Watching him work.
Having to punch each other the exact same amount of times. They're
going to be the same height. Scorsese should get the Vin Diesel deal. It's like, neither of us can win the fights.
Yeah, and he has to be eaten by a bear as well.
That's just every movie he's in. He's like, is there any chance for a bear? So that's it for this week's movie news, Sean, which means it's time for some weird news. That means a weird news jingle that we're all looking forward to. Just the world's greatest jingle gets better every single week, Sean.
That's what people are saying. I'm excited to relax now, because now there's nothing here that could make me angry in weird news. You know?
I was just now it's weird news. So what do we do here, Sean?
You've spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read all of those stories out to me, a man under too much pressure in his day-to-day life to look at any weird news.
But like in terms of weird news now, like you're very much looking forward to just like being yourself maybe just kind of calming down, to getting the blood pressure down. And I just feel like sometimes with weird news, I would even throw the Shaun solves, because I feel like you get worked up with a Shaun solves. You get a bit aggressive.
I will say, I'm ashamed to say I get angry, sometimes during some of the stories, but not this time. Not this time. We're in for a zen evening, folks.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to look out for you. And so the main way I'm going to start, Shaun, is that student sets school on fire trying to hide inflatable girlfriend from roommate.
Oh, okay. So, wait, how does that cause a fire?
So look, you know how like when you're younger, Shaun, and you might say, oh, I have a girlfriend, she just doesn't go to this school, and also doesn't have Facebook, and also she lives in Canada or the UK.
I would never say that, Connor.
You would never say that. You're describing my girlfriend right now, Connor. she's like super. Oh man, she's just like very private person, and she wants a lot of money from me, but she just has a lot of financial difficulties too at the moment.
She loves Western Union. What can I say?
Whenever I send it, my bank rings me. It's like, is this fraud? I'm like, no, obviously not.
No, it's love.
You wouldn't know love hit you in the face, banker. So Shaun, I have the student setting fire on school, trying to hide their inflatable girlfriend. So a technology student is being mocked for setting his dorm on fire while trying to hide his inflatable girlfriend when his roommate returned early from a little bit of an outing that he was having.
Inflatable girlfriend is a very polite term for a fuck doll, right?
Well, it was. It was, yeah, I suppose. So being caught with your pants down is one thing, but one student couldn't stand the thought of being caught with an inflatable doll that he decided to set fire to it. So according to the South China Morning Post, last week, a student enrolled at China's University of Technology was thrown into a panic after his roommate returned unexpectedly early from a trip away that he was having. Rushing into the hallway, the student tried to burn the doll, but ended up triggering the campus fire alarm, filling the dormitory with flames and smoke and nearly burning the entire place down.
So he's caught with the doll, and he has access to fire starting equipment, and his brain is just like, burn it, just get rid of it. Burn the plastic?
As far as I can tell, so he's with his doll of choice, whatever, maybe having some fun, and the roommate comes back early. And it's one of those moments where he looks to the wardrobe, he looks, maybe, I don't know, to throw it underneath the bed, and then he panics, and he runs out into the hallway, and then is like, well, now what am I going to do? I can't just let the air out. That would be ridiculous. I have to set fire to it.
And it's so slippery.
Will it even light?
It's absolutely soaked, lads.
Soaked, so it is. So he then decides to set fire to it, which raises a different question, because if it was... I was going to say if it was filled with helium, but then it'd be floating.
Why are you filling it? I mean, look, to each their own, but... He goes off for 5 minutes, comes back, his voice is all high.
You have to leave her on a string. She get away from you, so
she's going to float away.
Oh no, me float girlfriend's after leaving me.
It's a choice for sure. Just throw it under the bed or something.
Nobody was harmed in the blaze, but the student was disciplined and faced the wrath of the internet for the embarrassing ordeal.
You'd leave school, wouldn't you?
You couldn't really go back. So once the fire broke out, a security guard at the university called the fire department to deal with the blaze. There were no property losses of casualties, and we've already communicated with the student involved. And then this university had to issue a statement telling students not to set fire to silicone items in the school.
Silicone, famously heat resistant, I would say.
Tough thing to burn.
Yeah, mainly smoulders.
And so once it smoulders, then it might go on to, I don't know, 8 different bits of where you are. And then just kind of, fire would spread, I would say.
Did they say what happened to the doll after the event?
It doesn't say specifically what was happening, but I think what he did was he set fire to it, and then tried to throw it into a bin, and then of course the bin caught on fire, and then it set fire to everything around it.
Do you ever see a bin go on fire? It's wild. It goes up. It's insane.
Or a trash can, if we're doing international speak.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, like a litter bin, like on the road. Bin. Like a stray cigarette butt gets thrown into it. And it just catches and it goes up.
Yeah.
It's the blackest, foulest smelling smoke you've ever smelled.
That's how I pass the time. That's my hobby.
Just throwing up lit cigarettes into bins.
Yeah, just I don't even smoke. No. Light them up to throw them in.
I like matches for no reason sometimes, you know? It's the coolest thing to do.
So what was supposed to only now be known by his roommate is now known by everyone at the school.
You're never living that down, are you?
I mean, I don't understand how his brain worked that was the best choice.
Like, I went to an all-boys school, and it was an awful time. But I didn't try and burn a sex doll and be found out.
It was just a general terrible time.
Just a terrible time, because it's school's a miserable place. But if you're a kid, stay in school. It's
male or female, all 16-year-olds are pricks. That's rule one.
Every child, until most people are pricks.
We've covered this. Most people are just pricks most of the time.
Yeah. So, and then you put there was 800 in my school.
Yeah.
So it was too much.
The ratio of prick to non-prick at that stage, I mean, the non-pricks are a very low percentage. And I assume you were also a prick.
I was a prick myself at times.
But a different kind of prick.
Different kind of prick, absolutely. My question to you, Conor, because I don't often get to throw it to you.
Oh my God, right? Here we go.
You're caught in a compromising situation with an inflatable friend.
Yeah.
How are you getting rid of it in a hurry?
Is it my roommate that finds me?
It's your wife.
My wife finds me. Okay.
But it's at a party. You've excused yourself for 10 minutes. There's a kitchen full of about 20 friends and family waiting for you.
And I've gone upstairs.
You've gone upstairs. You're trying to get the roast ready. It was very stressful, you know.
I just need to be back. I'll be back in 5 minutes. I just have to calm down.
I need to have a chat with someone.
Sugar Tits upstairs is called. Like the Green Goblin mask.
Coward.
What do you do? I mean, all you can kind of do is fake my own murder and pin it on the doll.
It's true, haunted doll. Go that kind of
I'm gonna say I'm gonna fake my own murder, and then I'm gonna put a knife in the doll's hands before I go.
On fire.
Set myself on fire, and then put a packet of matches in the doll's hands so people think it's a Chucky situation.
That's fair. Yeah. Because no one would kill themselves rather than reveal.
Makes no sense, shot.
You know?
Nobody's this stupid, they'd say.
Open a window, pop one small hole, that's flying off into space.
That's going out. It's gone straight there, you know what I mean? Like, I don't really know the right way to do it. I do know the wrong way to deal with it is to try and set fire, because I assume burning plastic also has a quite pungent smell.
Acrid, I would say.
It's quite a strong smell. So even if you got away with it and the guy comes back and the doll is burned up and just somehow burns perfectly and then is just gone, the guy I think would still be like, what the fuck is that smell?
Oh yeah, you're never getting the smell of burnt sex doll out of that house.
And then you get called burnt sex doll for the rest, your BSD for the rest of your school term.
Don't want to be BSD, do you? You're trying to chat someone up on a night out, because even if they don't know, someone's gonna know and tell them.
Yeah. Someone's gonna be like, have you met BSD?
So why'd you call it? Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all, please. I'm begging you.
Everywhere he goes, a really strong smell of burning plastic follows him.
people would just be handing him balloons the whole time. Like, it'd be awful.
There's no real right way to deal with him. Burning the whole school down to try and get rid of one piece of evidence seems over the top.
I'm worried about what happened to this doll after the fact. Because, is it just left in the bin? Was it taken away?
You're taking one of the other people who live on that hall.
Did someone else take the half-burnt sex doll?
Fucking jackpot.
This is one man's trash, I tell you.
Why would anyone throw this out? Looks like God. The wrestler Kane. Fucking half burnt to death. Fucking
put
jackpot.
The mask on it.
That's exactly what I'm into.
That's what I was looking for, lads.
I don't really know what you would do. I think you would leave it. I don't think you should touch any plastic that's been on fire.
No. It's also it's silicone, so it's not going to burn anyway. Oh, why am I trying to justify recycling the sex
doll? Seems like you know an awful lot about this show.
Don't worry about it. I need give me 5 minutes.
I just have to bury a body. By the way, all I keep thinking is that episode of Only Fools and Horses. I don't know if you've seen it with the blow up dolls.
I haven't. I'm afraid.
I'm sorry. It's an all time classic. An all-time classic. Because they're filled with gas that they'll blow up when they reach a certain point, so they have to kind of so they're faulty ones. It's so good. If everyone's seen it, it's probably on YouTube. It's like a 4-minute video. It's fine.
Stick on Only Fools and Horses if anyone wants to check it out.
I just have a classic. I love a classic comedy. So Shaun, we're going to move on to our next piece of news, and this is, if you think you're having a bad day and you are non-stop yapping, talking shit about I'm after having a tough day, blah blah blah, right?
True, yeah, that's how I sound.
That's my impression of you. Rafter is briefly swallowed by a whale in Chile. His father films the entire thing.
I did see this, and we've talked about stories like this before.
Yeah,
and it's like nothing makes sense in that moment. Surely,
so he was paddling in the Strait of Magellan. Adrian Simancas was caught in a humpback's lunge. And his exact quote was, "I realised that I was in something's mouth and I had been eaten."
I've seen enough Disney stories to know where this goes.
If you have to reckon with the fact of, I'm in something's mouth, I have been eaten.
That shouldn't happen.
I think it's gone too far. I think that's a level of fear that the human brain was not meant to interact with.
No, because traditionally, if you end up in something's mouth, you die.
True. Yeah. So, paddling through choppy waters under cloudy skies, Adrian Simancas and his father were pack rafting only a few yards from each other when something huge lunged, mouth open, from the waves below them. From
one
below.
Bite got like one chomp.
A humpback whale appeared and gulped Simancas down.
Didn't swallow, just kept him in his mouth for a bit.
Then rolled over into the waters of the Chilean Patagonia. Moments later, Mr. Simancas, so he gets eaten. So his father's there beside him on a board, right? And he just looks to his left and he sees his son just get eaten by a humpback whale.
So his mother's not going to like this.
She's going to fucking kill me.
The
last thing she said was, "Don't let him get eaten by a humpback whale."
I had one job. I go to the pub on the way home anyway.
To that lad in the van who offered me sweets. Would have been much safer. So Mr. Simancas gets eaten. So his dad is just looking. He gets eaten, and then moments later, so the guy gets eaten. The father has that maybe, 10 seconds of, what the fuck do I do now? What are the next steps when your son
never
has
prepared for that to happen?
You couldn't possibly prepare for what happens if my son gets eaten by a humpback whale. It seems like a situation that you don't really mentally prepare yourself for. Moments later, after being eaten, Mr. Simancas bobbed back up to the surface after 15 to 20 seconds, followed by his kayak-sized vessel. And the dark curve of the whale's back briefly emerged behind them and then sank out of sight.
And the whale held his hand up as if to say, "Sorry."
That's my bad, bro.
That's on me. Sorry, no, go.
That's
go
on me. I feel embarrassed for us, to be honest with you, lad. So they interviewed Semanchus, and his telling of the story is just like, I felt something hit me from behind. It all just happened in a second. Something dark blue or white enveloped me, and then a slimy texture brushed my face. Then it closed completely, and I started to sink, and I just closed my eyes, expecting an impact. But instead, I felt as if I was surrounded by water, and I realised that I was in something's mouth and I had been eaten.
And did he start punching, start kicking, start trying to pry the jaws open?
Well, after a few seconds, he said, I began to feel the life jacket begin to pull me up to the top of the mouth because it was full of water.
Of course,
as well.
Yeah.
And then suddenly the whale must have spit me back out as I was raised.
Because it was like, oh, something doesn't belong here.
Yeah. So Mr. Semanchus is only 23 and he had been pack rafting. And they emphasised that they were using portable inflatable crafts and not kayaks. So I don't know what that makes a difference for. So Del Semanchus and his son were just doing some outdoor activities and were on a 4-day trek and rafting trip last weekend when this happened. But Shaun, this guy's only 23. The level of unluckiness you need to be in this situation.
He is forever sorted for two truths and a lie, though, isn't he?
Yeah. I will also say the dad caught the whole thing on camera because he was recording at the time, and then he turned the camera on to record the waves, and then I heard a very loud sound behind me, like a big wave breaking. I turned around and I couldn't see my son or the boat anywhere anymore.
That's something out of like Cloverfield or some shit.
And then he said, and then a few seconds later I saw him emerge from the water along with what looked like an animal. I mean, he also then said he felt, this is terrible wording from the dad, a pang of fear.
A pang? Not possessed by fear.
Not like I'm completely and utterly debilitated by the fear of losing my child.
But it all must have happened so quick. Like, that is the ultimate situation where you're just in shock for a bit.
How could you? Yeah, to be fair, you wouldn't react like, oh my god, oh no. You would be like, well, let's work through what are the possibilities of why my son is no longer here.
Your brain isn't making the logical leap to he's in a whale's mouth. Also sounds like he got out quick enough, but still. Like
you'd think, okay, he fell off his board. Okay, something must have happened. Maybe he's gone for a swim. You were like 700 down on the list is humpback whale probably ate him, he's in his mouth. By
a whale.
Yeah, eaten by the old whale. Said, at the time I didn't know it was a whale, said Adrian Semanchus. I was able to stay calm thanks to my dad's advice. Which
he often said, son, if you're ever inside a whale's mouth,
stay calm.
Stay calm and let yourself float.
Let yourself float back up to the top. The whale's more afraid of you floating than you are of him.
He said, look, hands on 10 and 2. And leave plenty of space from the car in front of you, you know?
It's like 10 and 2 on the whale's teeth.
He's doing his best. He's trying any advice he's ever heard. He's stopped, dropped and rolled a few times.
He starts tying his own shoelace, loop the loop onto him, and the shoes are looking cool.
Turns all his clothes inside out.
Oh man, what a dude. What a day out, I think. There's no real way to top that as a father-son thing.
No, you ever going back out again, do you think?
I suppose you would. Would you feel bulletproof? Or would
like, what are the odds that it would happen again, you know?
Yeah, like the odds are now extremely low. Even no matter how low they were the first time around, the chances of a humpback whale swallowing you twice has got to be zero or close to zero.
Never happened to anyone, sure.
It's got to be 0.0001% chance of it happening twice.
What do you think the whale said when he got home?
Honey, I'm home. Then he comes home to a blow-up humpback whale.
He's trying to start a fire.
Underwater. It never works. Oh, my roommate's coming home. Quick. Shaun, I'm going to move on to our next piece of news, and this is just a small thing that made me laugh. Gordon Ramsay's London restaurant is having a bit of a tough week when nearly 500 cat figurines were stolen from the restaurant in 1 week.
Why were there 500 cat figurines to begin with?
I don't know. He said, nearly 500. So there was 477 stolen last week.
Sorry. Why is there that many?
They cost $4.50 each, and somebody has taken it upon themselves to go to the restaurants and steal all of the cats.
What do they look like? Are they little like toy cats?
Yeah, just like $4.50 little decoration cats.
I mean, what? Oh, the little lucky cat things.
Yeah.
I think it's all right to steal those.
So you're like, it's grand. Just go to the restaurant and steal them.
Some things you can steal.
Yeah.
A little trinket on the table. Sometimes you can steal that.
Every police person listening to this, just their ears perk up. Sorry, what's he saying? Some things are okay to steal. People's hearts, if you will.
What, Gordon Ramsay can't afford it, can't he now?
He can definitely afford a few more. He says he lost over $2,000 in the cats last week.
Oh, make another kitchen nightmare, you dickhead.
Don't you ever slag kitchen nightmares in my presence again, Shaun.
Connor, as soon as I said it, I realised I didn't mean it.
I felt dirty saying it. If anyone doesn't know, me and Shaun love kitchen nightmares.
Just consistently watch Kitchen Nightmares and we hang out.
Just it's one of our favourite shows. Now, are you American or UK person?
See, the UK one is a lot calmer.
It's a lot more real.
Yeah, but the American one is just people are fucking insane.
The American one still has my heart because they're always just insane. Like they're always just like the one that I always think of is the guy who drank all of the alcohol. Who was we were literally just watching this, and we watched like 10 episodes in a row.
And it was like four or five of us on the couch just commentating over it. And it was some of the best crack.
There was the one restaurant that was like, we're 10 grand in the hole and we're spending 5 grand in alcohol every month, and the guy who's like front of house was drinking all of the
hammered.
Vodka. He was just every time it cut to him he had like another shot.
Yeah. And he was the granddad or something, and that's why he was allowed to hang around. We
can't fire him because he's the granddad, but he was shit-faced, and he was drinking about has to be like $200, $300 worth of drink a night.
Yeah, and every night. And they brought this to the owners, and they were like, it's just how
it's granddad. It's the way he is. So you're saying it's okay to rob Gordon Ramsay's restaurants?
I'm saying if I went to one, and this is a call out, I'm taking a cat.
You like try to walk in, it's just a security. Not with those shoes. Get the fuck out of here.
You're unlucky, fella. Sorry.
Unlucky, brother. Shaun, we're going to move on, and this was sent in to us by several people. Shout out to Waffles who got in there first. That's one of our patrons, if anyone doesn't know. Not the food concept, but I don't know how to say the name of this animal. Capybara?
Capybara, of course. World's largest rodent.
Cop in capybara costume makes drugs bust and seizes 1,700 packages of cocaine while in outfit.
Why was the cop in a capybara outfit, to ask the obvious question?
In Peru, and by the way, the arrest photo from this one is so funny because you have the drug dealer just in handcuffs and the guy just in the big fucking mascot costume standing beside him.
Oh my god. It's a proper full-on mascot.
So, in Peru, a police officer dressed as a capybara conducted a drugs raid, apprehended a suspect with over 1,700 packages of cocaine and marijuana. The operation was part of the Ecuadorian Verde unique approach, which basically meant that on Valentine's Day in Lima, all of the police people dressed up in costumes of some sort. Okay?
That's fun. I'm dressed as a police officer.
Completely fucked with the system. But one of them decided that he wanted to be dressed as a capybara. And in doing that, he got given his job for that day, which was a massive drugs raid that he then decided to do in the costume. The footage depicts the officer forcefully entering the premises, subduing the suspect, and securing him with handcuffs while still in the big, massive costume.
I mean, that's a testament to how good of a policeman he is, I guess.
That's just expertise that you don't see.
Yeah. He takes off the helmet, it's John Wick.
Police report discovering more than, as I said, over 1,700 packages of cocaine. So, quite a lot of drugs. And the recording concludes with the costumed officer photographed alongside the suspect and all the substances. But Shaun, my question to you is this. How out of it does that drug dealer think he must have been when his door got broken down and the big fucking parrot comes running through?
Like, it's one of those moments where, like, he takes a look at the bag and, like, throws it down, swearing never to use again.
Like, what the fuck have I been taking?
Like, holy shit. This was good. I just wanted to chill out and watch some anime.
What the fuck have I been selling? Holy shit.
He has this moment of guilt. It's like, God, have I been doing this?
Oh my God, have I done this to everybody else? Oh my God.
And then once the capybara starts taking out handcuffs, it's like, how do you get the thumbs to do that?
What kind of handcuffs are there? Maybe these drugs are really good. Holy shit.
If you had to be arrested by one mascot, what would it be?
Oh, what crime have I done?
Mild theft.
Mild theft. So I've stolen a few cats.
So you're being chased from a store.
I'm being chased. I mean, if you're being chased, you want to be caught by some lad dressed as a cheetah, surely.
To make yourself look better.
Or a tortoise.
Or a hare, depending.
Or a hare, if you wanted to do it either way. Like, I think, I don't really, if I'm running away, I want something to go with the team to kind of keep up with the idea. I'm not trying. I can't really think of anything. What are you thinking, Shaun?
I'm thinking Grimace from McDonald's, or the Hamburglar, because then we won't know whose side is whose.
Or Uncle O'Grimacy.
Uncle O'Grimacy, who's coming back.
So, do you want to tell people who Uncle O'Grimacy is?
Uncle O'Grimacy was an uncle of Grimace, who was green. Who was used to market the Shamrock Shake for McDonald's in like the 70s and 80s.
And he'll be coming back on Paddy's Day this year again, don't you worry.
He will, of course, but allegedly he was discontinued because one of the actors portraying him in a suit was overheard at an Irish bar saying the only good British soldier is a dead British soldier and saying up the Raj, shit like that. So McDonald's quietly swept Uncle O'Grimacy under the rug for decades.
That is such a funny thing, dressed as Uncle O'Grim, the big fucking costume.
Just like St. Paddy's Day, pissed at a bar in Philadelphia.
Just shit-faced. And like when he said it, everyone, way!
Of course, resounding, yes.
I guarantee what happened was, he started talking shit, whoever was underneath the costume, and the lads around them were clearly... like, there's a chance that we can make him say some fucking mad shit. And they just kept pushing him to just like... And who else do you not like now, Uncle O'Grimacy? Go on and say that.
Uncle O'Grimacy had a few Guinnesses inside of that suit, I'd wager.
Yeah. They're like, here, look, we'll get you another drink. You tell us who you don't like.
Yeah. So you like shamrocks, do you? What do you hate?
They were probably saying some such fucked up shit to him about like, oh yeah, the Brits this and the Brits that. And then he thought they were his friends. And he was like, lads, wait till I tell you this. The only good British soldiers. And they were like, Jesus, Uncle O'Grimacy, that's fucking terrible.
You can't say it. And some suit from McDonald's hears it.
You didn't wait until the suit turned up.
Yeah.
Jesus, Uncle O'Grimacy, that's fucked up.
Grow up.
That's fucking hell, lad. We weren't saying that at all.
Ooh, up there.
Like whispering to him.
Yeah, just Lady Macbething in his ear.
So, Shaun, I think that's it for this week's Weird News.
What a week. Would you like me to take us out, Connor?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Thank you everyone for listening to this episode of the Heroes for Hire podcast. We'll be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, and next Monday probably, I think, with a show. Connor's going away for a while, so he's going up to a farm. So
I'm not quite sure.
We're going to figure out the shows, but it's going to be fine. We love you all very much. Thank you to everyone who supports us over on Patreon, patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. And shout outs go to Róisín and Baby Ben Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu, Dozer, Enthusiast Evanson, New Waffles Who Dis, David Clarke, Dominic, Anna looks forward to the next Irish animal story, Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Frost, Ed Ball, Conor and Lorraine don't like our chances of winning the Eurovision. Russ, okay, let's hear this 10 out of 10 name read. Also, I cannot wait for Villains for Hire. It's definitely coming right. Parfitt. Jackson Brueheim will be attending Sean's upcoming gum eating intervention. Liz had a few too many on St. Paddy's Day. And Tipsley subscribed to the Patreon. Ciara Lawler, Judge Leahy, Mikeychairsnumber1fan Shaun is cool and a genius. Rory, Sean having a crush on Master Tigress was not on Pete's bingo card for 2025. Jack Markham, Barrel of Cheese, Johnny Ray, Hunter Harvard the Texas Ironman, Donegal George, Lisa knows Down There's for dancing, Justin Bowman and Joe Reed. Thank you all for your support. I really appreciate it. Head on over to the Patreon if you want to support us over there. Get access to the movie reviews that we do and all that other good stuff. There is also the merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter's at Heroes for Hire Pod, the 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's Discussion Group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire Podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just a one, please.
And I think that's about it, Conor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Lawler.
I've had a good week.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.